Luke Johnson in the on-deck circle. The 2-2 is hammered out towards left field. Derflinger working back. He ups at the wall. That one's gone. A 2-run blast from Carter Dans, and this ball game is tied. Runners on the corners, and Henry McDonald could be the hero. He's looking for his second hit this summer, his first hit in 7 games. Walk it off for the Riptide, 4-4 ball game. The infield comes in. Salmon takes off, lifted high in the air, out towards left center. Working over there, Thompson makes the catch. Sauce tags from third, the throw home, sliding in head first, safe. The Riptide walk it off. They win 5-4 over North County United. Justin Tiller set the program record at Cypress College for home runs in a single season and RBIs. High fly ball out towards center field. Racing back is Crosby. It's over his head. Rounding third is Dance. He heads home. The throw won't be in time. The Riptide walk it off. Justin Tiller does the honors. Riptide win 8-7. 3-2 ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Riptide trail. Runners on first and second for Jake Evans. 0-2 count. Couple peeks at second for Citrons. His pitch is rolled on the ground. A couple bounces in a right field. Racing around third is Jake Lambden. He scores, and this ball game is tied as Navarro slides back head first safely in a second. A huge RBI single from Jake Evans ties the ball game up 3-3, bottom of the 8th. No balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. In the air, deep left field. Galvin back at the wall. He hops. It's gone. A grand slam from Cortland Castle, his first home run of the season. And the Bears a 9-3 lead over UTRGV. For the lefty steps into the box. 7 lefties, 2 righties against the left-handed pitcher Mike Ersbaumer tonight. Pins the glove against his belt, fires the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. First pitch in Irvine tonight, 7:03, and we're underway. It's the wild card game of the CCL South. Should be a good one. Jacob Freer, the second baseman, batting .339, a really good hitter, has been productive all summer long. A 1-0. Tapped back into the net, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Ersbaumer is a pitcher who has an ERA of 1.31. Very strong against the Saints. An ERA of 2.38. He's pitched the most against the Saints out of everyone. In his 34 1/3 innings pitched, he's gone 11 1/3 against this Arroyo Seco team.
Gets the sign from Crandall, a black glove in his hand. Kicks and deals the 1-1, sent back into the net, foul once again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Riptide had a chance to clinch the number 1 seed on Sunday. They lost to the Blues in walk-off fashion. On the other hand, the Saints also coming off a loss, that one to the Academy Barons, 10-9. It's a 1-2 count, no outs, top of the first. No score yet between the Riptide and Saints. The lefty Ersbaumer, 1-2. Low and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jacob Freer this summer is batting .339. He's on a 4-game hit streak. Had a really good day on Sunday against the Barons where he was 3 for 4. Working with a 2-2 count and looking to get the leadoff guy on is the Saints. They've had a lot of success when they're able to do that. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Mike Ersbaumer starts his day striking out Jacob Freer. There's 1 out in the top of the first.
That's exactly the way you would want to start if you are Ersbaumer, a guy who doesn't strike out more than 1 typically per inning, but still in this one starts off with a strikeout. There's nothing more you can want as a pitcher.
34th strikeout for Mike Ersbaumer this summer. Up comes Trotter Enright. Another lefty, the shortstop today for the Saints. Ersbaumer deals, it's inside, and Trotter Enright twists out of the way for ball 1. A beautiful day in Irvine. The flags in center field slightly blowing towards right. Mountains in the background. The Riptide in their all-white unis and the Saints navy tops and gray bottoms. 1-0. Misses away. No speed. 2 balls and no strikes. There's 1 out in the top of the first. No score yet between the Riptide and the Saints. Trotter Enright batting .316 with 2 homers this summer. He's tied for first on the team with hits. And also leads the team in walks as he chops one up the middle. Johnson charges, fires on a first. Carter Dans makes the grab. Out number 2 of the top of the first.
And something that you're going to want to look out for in this game is what are the Riptide going to do regarding the errors category? A team that really has struggled with that since the All-Star break.
Yeah, they really have as Jackson Reed steps up. Since the All-Star break, the Riptide averaging around 2 errors a game. That's something that's been a big struggle, and with the limited depth in the infield, they're going to look to turn that around, especially in the postseason. 2 outs as Jackson Reed is up. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Riptide have committed an error in every single game they played in since the All-Star break. Another lefty, Jackson Reed. Wide arm sleeve on his left arm, wavering a black bat. The 1-0 from Erzbaumer is lined past the glove of Johnson in a right field base hit, and he rounds first. Thought about heading for second, but he puts the stop sign on there. Wisely retreats back. And the first single of the day comes from Jackson Reed, and the Saints have a guy aboard.
That's big for the Saints. Even though it's not your leadoff guy, which typically allows you to score a lot more often, just getting a guy on base to start, make sure that Erzbaumer can't get in any huge groove is very important.
Jackson Reed, 6 stolen bases over there on first. Mike Erzbaumer fires over there, and he slides back head first safely as Jackson Reed. Up is Lane Hayworth, the center fielder. He's batting .259 with 2 bombs this summer. Out of Wichita State on a 4-game on-base streak. A lefty-on-lefty matchup. A look at first. Runner takes off. He fires to first. They've got him in a pickle. Dans fires to Camden Sauce at short, and they get Jackson Reed out at second. A big finish to the first inning from the Riptide defense. Bottom of the first coming up next. We'll give you their lineup. We welcome you back to Irvine. Bottom of the first inning, the Barons went down 1-2-3. Our look at the Riptide lineup tonight. Bradley Navarro leads things off. He's in right field, the switch hitter, followed by Jake Lambden at short, batting second. Isaac Cadena gets the start at first base, batting third. Carter Dans bats cleanup, the designated hitter. Luke Johnson batting fifth at second. Reed Montgomery in center bats sixth. Camden Sauce, Jimmy Zakar, and Jack Salmon 7, 8, 9 for the Riptide. In the outfield, it's Lujan in left, Torres in center, Klinovsky in right. Nathaniel Williamson gets the start at third. Nielsen is the shortstop. Mertz at second, and Del Villar, the first baseman. Starting on the mound, making his 6th start this summer, is Frankie Lopez. His catcher is Nigel Buckley.
Yeah, and boy, has Frankie Lopez been good in 25 innings. He has 23 strikeouts, 11 walks, and a .72 ERA. Going to be a tough test for the Riptide offense tonight.
Looking for another good start is Frankie Lopez. Switch hitter Navarro bats left-handed, and he swings and skies one in the air. It twists his foul on the left side. 0-1 the count against Navarro. Navarro on a 4-game hit streak and has been really productive for the Riptide this summer. Leads the team with the most hits and walks. Also extra base hits as well. The 0-1 catches the low outside part of the zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. It's the bottom of the first. Riptide looking to strike first. White batting gloves on for Navarro. Swings, lines one up the middle. It rolls in a center field for a base hit. Navarro's got the first hit of the ball game for the Riptide, and he's on first.
And Bradley Navarro just keeps on hitting, leads off the game with a single, and that's going to be important against a great pitcher like Lopez for the Riptide.
Brings up Jake Lambden. Lambden batting second today, starting at shortstop. Played at Xavier this past year, entered the transfer portal, and is going to Duke. .219, making his 10th start. A yellow arm sleeve on his right arm as he hovers the bat over his right shoulder. The first pitch from Lopez to Lambden clips the bottom of the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, faces Jake Lambden. He's looking for his first hit in 3 games. He's been 0 for his last 11. Lopez finds a pitch he likes. Black glove in front of his belt, deals the 0-1. It's low. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Navarro's on first after his leadoff single. A guy who can run the bases pretty well, 9 for 9 on stolen base attempts this summer. He's next to the cut of the grass over at first. Pickoff attempt there, sliding back head first is Navarro safely. Riptide won the last meeting against the Barons. That was on Friday, 6-1. A good day for the Riptide offense, had 10 hits, and the pitching staff as well, 17 strikeouts. 1-1, Navarro takes off. It's spoiled foul towards the Barons dugout. Navarro makes the 90-foot trot back to first.
Yeah, Navarro, he's successful every time he's tried to steal this summer, but he picks his spots. He doesn't just run rampant like Jake Lambden or Luke Johnson. He kind of picks his spots and is very strategic with how he steals.
1-2 count, faces Lambden. Lopez gets set, the black glove in front of his belt. Strides and deals. Up in the air, and it twists foul towards the parking lot. Redo 1-2.
And if you're the Riptide, a guy like Frankie Lopez hasn't given up many runs at all this summer. So if you can manufacture runners into scoring position with your legs, it's going to be important.
Lambden was 0 for 5 on Friday with 1 RBI and a strikeout against the Barons. Over to first, and Navarro back head first once again. Lopez looking for the first out of the first inning. Navarro's on first for Jake Lambden, the batter at the plate. A righty-on-righty matchup between him and Frankie Lopez. 1-2, Navarro off. Ground ball on the right side. It rolls in a right field base hit for Jake Lambden. Navarro strolls in a third. Runners on the corners with no outs for Isaac Cadena stepping up.
Hit and run work to perfection there. The steal by Navarro vacated second base. Lambden hit it right there for the base hit. That's textbook baseball from the Riptide.
Isaac Cadena, a newcomer to the Riptide roster. He's playing in his 7th game tonight. Batting .368, has 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. In that game on Friday, he hit a massive home run over the right field wall. Cadena looking to do it again with runners on the corners, give the Riptide the first lead of the game. Lambden takes off, pitch called a strike. Throw down a second is off the mark. Jake Lambden has the first stolen base of the night for the Riptide.
Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be really important for the Riptide to manufacture stuff with their legs, and so far doing a good job.
Both runners in scoring position. Lambden's on second, Navarro is on third. For Isaac Cadena, the left-handed batter. Wind in center field is blowing towards right as the flags wave that way. Beautiful day in Irvine as Buckley is out for a quick word with his pitcher, Frankie Lopez. The mountains in the back, out behind the outfield, blue skies. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Isaac Cadena looking to cash in the first runs of the game. Has 8 RBIs this summer, looking to add on to that. The 0-1 is sharply hit foul along the first base side. It rolls into the corner, and the foul ball is being retrieved. No balls and 2 strikes with no outs for Cadena. Played at TCU this year. Is transferring to the USC Trojans in the fall. On a 4-game hit streak. Was 1 for 5 against the Barons on Friday with that 1 home run like we talked about. 0-2. Low and outside for the first ball of the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, faces Isaac Cadena.
Yeah, and in 2 games against the Barons for Cadena, he has 2 home runs, although both of them were up in Compton.
White batting gloves, waves the bat next to his left ear. The 1-2 from Lopez is taken away, evens up the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 2 runners on for Isaac Cadena. Lambden's on second, Navarro is on third. Lopez gets the sign from his catcher Buckley, kicks and deals and waves, and foul taps it into the glove of Buckley. The first strikeout of the game for Frankie Lopez retires Isaac Cadena for out number 1 of the bottom of the first.
Now the hero of last night, Carter Danzy, tied the game with that big home run in the 9th to keep the Riptide alive. He'd love to come through in a big spot here.
Carter Danz has been exceptional for the Riptide. You talked about that big home run last night. He's on a 6-game hit streak, 11-game on-base streak. 2 home runs this summer. First pitch from Lopez to Danz. He stares as it misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes against Carter Danz, the designated hitter. .317 batting average, 2 homers, 14 RBIs. Runners on second and third for the lefty. 1-0 from Lopez, waves over the top of it. Carter Danz for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Danz steps out, retightens his gloves. Takes a couple practice swings and back in the box. Taps the plate 2 times, curls the bat. Awaiting the 1-1 from Frankie Lopez. The glove in front of his face. 1-1 into the opposite batter's box. A nice catch from Buckley behind the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And the Riptide have made Lopez work pretty hard in this inning. They'd love to scratch at least 1 across.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on. The pitch from Lopez misses low and away. 3 balls, 1 strike, faces Carter Danz. 2 for 3 yesterday, a single and that 2-run homer in the 9th. Scored a run, had 3 RBIs, and was walked once. With the left arm, adjusts his blue helmet. Carter Danz. The bat hovers over his left shoulder. The 3-1 from Lopez. Outside, ball 4. Bases are loaded for Luke Johnson after the walk issued to Carter Danz.
Yeah, great at bat from Carter Danz. Now Lopez has to work hard. Bases loaded, and one of the hottest bats as of late for the Riptide in Luke Johnson.
Luke Johnson having himself a great summer, batting .300 with 11 RBIs. Was 2 for 4 yesterday against the Bombers. Working with the bases loaded and 1 out. Lopez deals. Check swing. Goes around, says Tony Marcosha, the home plate umpire, for strike 1. At first base is Dax Villalta, third base umpire Max Ponce. 0-1 count, faces Luke Johnson, the righty. Looking for his first home run this summer. The 0-1 is lifted in the air, and it goes back foul on the right side. No balls, 2 strikes, faces Luke Johnson. Frankie Lopez looking for his second strikeout in this inning. Against the Barons on Friday, Luke Johnson was 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Bases juiced for Johnson. 0-2 count. Lopez stares at Buckley. Lifts the glove in front of his face. Kicks and deals 0-2. Popped up high in the air out towards right center. Racing over the center fielder. He's called off by Klimnoski. Runner tags from third. Navarro trots in, and the Riptide lead 1-0. Bottom of the first. The sac fly from Luke Johnson.
Yeah, great at bat from Luke Johnson there. Did the job. Hit it just deep enough to score Navarro. And for a Riptide offense that struggled last night, that's an important first run early in the game against a good pitcher.
2 outs in the bottom of the first. The Riptide take the first lead. There's runners on first and second. Carter Danz is on first. Jake Lambden is on second for Reed Montgomery. Montgomery, .273 average. Leads the team in RBIs with 20. A big, powerful hitter for the Riptide. A lefty on righty matchup. A long look at second. Lopez heaves the pitch home. It misses low and outside on the breaking ball for ball 1. Montgomery's on a 17-game on-base streak, a 4-game hit streak. Was 1 for 4 on Friday against the Barons. Had a double. Lopez fires to second, sliding back head first is Jake Lambden. Lambden, another guy who runs really well for the Riptide. He's 6 for 6 on stolen base attempts. Carter Dans on first. He was walked. Jake Lambden reached with a single and also stole a base. He's on second. Reed Montgomery looking to add a couple more runs for the Riptide. Frankie Lopez, a look at second, heaves the pitch in. It's in the zone. It catches the lower outside part of it for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for Reed Montgomery, the center fielder from Long Beach State. Has 1 home run this year. That was against the Bombers. A walk-off RBI single against the Philippines just a couple days ago. 1-1. Lined foul along the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, faces Reed Montgomery. Frankie Lopez calls time. He meets his pitcher and has a quick word. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners are on. Carter Dans is on first. Jake Lambden's on second. A big breath for Reed Montgomery as he steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Adjusts his helmet with the left arm, awaiting the 1-2 offering from Frankie Lopez. Lambden dancing around on second. Lopez fires to second. And Lambden called safe. It was a close play there. It popped out of the glove of the shortstop, Nilsson, who was covering the bag.
Yeah, I think if Nielsen hangs on to that, Lambden's probably out.
1-2 count against Reed Montgomery. A gray bat held by the white batting gloves. Lopez looks at second. The 1-2 is into the opposite batter's box. Evens up the count 2-2. 1 run has already come across in the bottom of the first for the Riptide. That was Bradley Navarro on the sac fly from Luke Johnson. 2 hits this inning. A walk issued by Frankie Lopez looking for the third and final out. The 2-2 misses upstairs. Full count against Reed Montgomery. Lopez trying to get the third final out of the inning. Working with a 3-2 count, trying to avoid leaving the bases loaded once again. Camden Sauce is warming up in the on-deck circle if Montgomery is able to reach. 3-2. Runners take off, smashed into right field. Klimnowski all the way back. It bounces off the wall. Lambden scores from third. Rounding third, Carter Dans, he scores. A 2 RBI double from Reed Montgomery extends the Riptide lead 3-0, bottom of the first.
Great at-bat from Reed Montgomery, showing why he's the RBI leader of this team. He pushes the total to 22 now, and against a pitcher like this is the dream start for the Riptide. Now Haas Fregoso can go to work with a big lead.
Camden Sauce is the new batter. Reed Montgomery on second after his 2 RBI double, and Reed Montgomery just continues to be productive for the Riptide. Sauce is the third baseman today. Stands up tall in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch he sees from Lopez, rolled on the ground on the left side to short. Nilsson has it on to first for the third and final out of the first inning. Riptide able to put up 3 runs. They lead 3-0, headed towards the top of the second.